Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with offensive coordinator Scott Abell and defensive captain John Kavanagh from the football team, which opens up NCAA tournament play on Saturday. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee sports. As always, you can find all the latest W&L athletics news, including detailed recaps and stats, here at GeneralSports.com. The volleyball team won an NCAA tournament contest for the first time since 2006, knocking off the College of Mount St. Joseph 3-1 in Atlanta on Friday. The Generals then lost to regional host and top-ranked Emory 3-1 in the second round on Saturday, wrapping up their season at 28-7. The cross-country teams competed at the NCAA South-Southeast Regional in Memphis, with the women placing 8th and the men finishing 18th. Women's swimming knocked off Sweetbriar in an ODAC meet, while the men's team beat Queens while falling to Wingate. 3 Generals placed in their weight classes in wrestling's season opening or Sinus College Fall Brawl, while football wrapped up the regular season with a 45-3 trouncing of Juniata, providing W&L with its first 8-win season since 1981. With me now is the offensive coordinator from the Generals, Scott Abell. Scott, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jeremy.
I know you and your coaches and your players have put in an awful lot of hard work into making this offense what it's been this season. How gratifying has the fall been for you?
Well, it's always gratifying for a coach when you see a plan come together, and 3 years ago when we started this process and we had 2 running backs in our system for a 3 running back offense, to see it come to where it's come to, I think, all of us take a great deal of pride in it.
From a coaching perspective, what makes the W&L offense so effective?
Well, I think anytime you can stretch the defense and force them to play assignment football, I think you're going to have a chance to be successful, whether you're doing that in an option scheme or a passing offense. But for us, it's the option offense. And so when we're able to stretch the defense and make them play assignment football, slow down their flow, I think we're going to have a chance to be successful.
One would think is that the ODAC teams in particular see this system year after year. They'll make more adjustments, maybe be better prepared to defend you. How does W&L sustain this kind of success long term?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, I think there's a couple answers. The first response would be, the option offense has been around for quite a long time. So I think as long as we execute and we continue to put guys in the right places to make plays, I think we're going to have a chance to be successful. But on the same hand, you got to evolve. 3 years ago we were mostly under center. Last year we were, mostly in the gun. This year we're all gun, and I think you'll continue to see us evolve. I'd like to think our play action game will continue to come along to match some of our run numbers. Our counter option plays off our scheme need to continue to improve. So there's obviously big areas that we look to improve as we move forward in this offense.
What will W&L need to do against Thomas More on Saturday to keep the offense rolling?
Well, the first thing we talk about every week is be physical. I think that's one thing that's probably overlooked in our offense. When you look at our rushing numbers and people talk about an option scheme, they rarely talk about how physical football you must play to be successful at it. And I think that's the first key. We got to be physical. We got to get off the football. And then all the things that you need in any scheme. You got to control the line of scrimmage. You got to limit your mistakes, and you got to take advantage of making big plays when those opportunities arise.
Scott, thanks for joining us on the show. Best of luck in Kentucky on Saturday.
Thanks, Jeremy.
With me now is John Kavanagh, junior football captain from Coscob, Connecticut. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What was it like for you and the team to clinch the ODAC title on Parents Weekend Saturday against Hampton-Sydney?
One word, surreal. It was, I couldn't really imagine it, especially in training camp. We thought we had something going. First game of the season, we lost to Franklin and Marshall, and if you were to tell me, 10 weeks later we're going to win the ODAC, it was something I wouldn't have guessed, that's for sure. And it was a great moment to celebrate on the try-down after the game with the team. It was something I'll remember for quite a while.
Would you say that the Generals' defense has developed an identity over the course of this season in terms of making big plays, forcing turnovers?
Absolutely. We like to call ourselves an opportunistic defense. Sometimes, we'll start off the game giving up a touchdown. We kind of need to get the feel of the game a little bit. But, as the game rolls along, teams will start to get in the red zone and, someone will make a play, Jake will make a play, the D-line will get a sack, something always ends up going our way.
What's the team's mindset as you prepare for the program's second ever NCAA playoff game?
It's kind of take it like any other game. Every year we talk about how we break up the season really into 2 seasons, that being the out-of-conference play and then the ODAC play. Now we're just kind of saying, now it's the start of season 3. We're in playoff time and we're just going to take like any other game.
From a defensive standpoint, what will the Generals need to do to slow down Thomas Moore's offense?
Really just play our game, do what we've been doing the whole season. Like I said, we like to create turnovers, we like to make big plays, get the ball back in our offense's hands, and, take momentum away from the opposing team. And I think if we can continue to do that, play physical, do a good job of tackling, especially this week, I think we'll be okay.
John, thanks for joining us. Best of luck against the Saints this weekend.
Thank you very much.
The athletics weekend starts on Friday evening when men's basketball travels to Haverford for an 8 o'clock contest. The football team makes its second ever appearance in the NCAA Division III playoffs on Saturday, visiting 10th-ranked Thomas More for a first-round matchup at noon. The men's and women's swimming teams head up to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to face Franklin and Marshall, Rochester, and Carnegie Mellon. Men's hoop stays in the Keystone State for a 3 p.m. tip-off at Swarthmore. Back in Lexington, wrestling plays host to the W&L Fall Classic, while women's basketball meets 4th-ranked Christopher Newport. The women's hoops team will open up ODAC play at home against Guilford on Tuesday. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.